So CF19 Mark 6 screen replacement. Start by taking off the screws holding the wings in place. There's 2 on either side of each wing on the sides. And there's 2 on either side of the top wing and 2 on the top side. Take all those screws off and remove the wings to start off. Once the screws are removed on each wing, you can just slide it out of place. Then remove the small silver screws around the outer edge of the screen from the top. And there's 2 bigger screws in the back towards the hinge that you will need to remove. Then remove the 4 silver screws, 2 on either side of the hinge cover. Remove the hinge cover. Flip the screen back around and lift up the top cover. And then lift up this plastic adhesive cover covering the touchscreen board and disconnect the touchscreen and disconnect the wiring going to the 2 boards. The touchscreen cable just pulls out, the other 2 just carefully push them out little by little on each side so as not to break the connector or the cables. Then for the screen cable itself, carefully lift up the tape holding it in place and carefully begin to remove the screen cable little by little on each side of the connector. The screen cable wires are very, very fragile. Be very careful with them. Do not just pull on the cable. Pull the connector out little by little on each side until you can grab the connector and carefully pull it out. Otherwise, you will damage the screen cable. Then go ahead and remove your screen. Get your replacement screen and slide it in place. Make sure not to pinch any of the wires, make sure they're not stuck underneath of it. And make sure to remove the separators out of the way so you can position the screen properly. Put the foam separators in place once the screen's in place. You might need to adjust the screen position slightly to get the spacers to go in. There should be 2 spacers on the top and 2 spacers on either side. Just put them in position. Then go ahead and start by connecting the screen cable back in, slide it in place, and put the tape back over top of it. And then slide the connectors, the other two connectors in place. And plug back in the touchscreen cable. Then put the top cover back in place. Just double check all your wiring and make sure that there's nothing going to be pinching. And put your screws back in place and start screwing it back together. I usually start with the two big silver screws in the back and one in either corner in the front, and go from there. Then go ahead and start putting the wings on. Doesn't matter if you do the top or the side wings first. If your unit has the WAN installed, it should have these spacers that go in beside the antennas before the wings go on, and it should have the wings that stick out instead of the flat ones. Just slide them in place and put the screws back on the cover on the wings. I always put them in lightly on the first side, just in case you need to adjust it to get the screws to line up on the other side. And then I come back in once they're all in and tighten them back up. Other side, and then I come back in once they're all in and tighten them back up. Then put the hinge cover in place and put the screws back in for the hinge cover. And that's how you replace the screen on a CF19 Mark VI. If you have any questions, any comments, or any suggestions for future videos, just let us know. You can leave a comment on the video, or you can send us an email to our tech support email, which is tech_support@bobjohnson.com.